than you have currently. The fact that you're all seated here today, you took the time, you paid the sacrifice to be in this room is shown significantly that you're one for personal development. You're one that you won't settle for less. You don't want to settle for the average. You don't want to settle for where you are currently because you believe there is more. And that is something to applaud. Can you applaud yourself for it? I'm going to try my best to be very fast because of the limited time and also to make it a bit interactive. I know it's supposed to be a keynote speech where I'm just supposed to like talk, but I'm going to try to make it very, very interactive. And I'm speaking on subject the girl leader. Can we all hear me? I'm so sorry, I have kata, that's why my voice is like this. The girl leader and identity. You know, when I was thinking about this topic, I just thought to myself that there's no way we are going to go about this topic without, you know, sharing a bit of personal experience, talking about myself in the light of a girl who, as a young girl, I remember as young as 8, you know, I wasn't even concerned about, there was just this overwhelming passion to know God. And nobody really taught me anything or nobody said anything to me, but I knew there was that drawing deep inside. And it wasn't even just about being the first in my class or being the best in any exam I've written or being that girl everybody wants to be a friend. You know, it was about finding that one thing that really mattered to me. Honestly, back then it didn't make much sense, but now I can tell you it makes more sense because that is what has helped me on this journey. You know, seeking that audience of one person who can define your life, who can speak to you about who you are, and then helping you to live out that person that you've seen every day of your life. And also, I remember a friend when I was in secondary school. I'm just going to call her another name. Let's call her Tola. So Tola was, yeah, she is, but let me use the word first. Tola was very beautiful. When I mean very beautiful, you know those girls in secondary school that does poem for every inter-house every year. Do we remember secondary school days? Okay, how many of us are in secondary school? Let me see your hand. Do we have anybody like, oh, beautiful? Then I guess the rest of us are like university graduates and all. Am I right? Okay, that's good. For those in secondary school, you relate better. And for those of us, I mean, we all relate better. Those girls that do queen every inter-house sport every year, she is very beautiful. Tola was brilliant. She's always either the first or the second. Tola was very well mannered. Tola was soft spoken. She was every guy's crush in my class, and she was that girl that everybody wanted to be her friend. Now, myself and Tola lived close to each other, so it was so easy for us to become friends and, you know, have some deep, intimate conversation. So one of those days, I remember we were in SS2. I received a message from my friend. She wanted to commit suicide. We're just 15. She wanted to commit suicide, and she told me that she wanted to commit suicide. So I rushed to her house. And I'm not saying fiction, this is real life stuff. And I mean, we spoke because I didn't understand how she got to that point. This is somebody that we talk every day. I'm so sorry. I didn't understand how she got to that point, but I knew something was wrong. So I started speaking to Tola about her. Like, you know, trying to ginger her up. Girl, you're more than this. You're beautiful. You're this, you're that. And then I realized that there was a fundamental problem, and that was her identity. While we all thought Tola was the happening girl back in secondary school, Tola was actually struggling with low self-esteem. Tola was brilliant. Tola was beautiful. But Tola was struggling with self-doubt. Tola was struggling with a lot of things that you could not imagine. And even though we talk and laugh on our way back to school every single day, I didn't even recognize that my friend was suffering from that level of I don't want to use the word decadent, but she was suffering from that personality issue. And I, who was like, I was a girl too. I mean, I'm fine. But I didn't think I was hot to her. I became the girl who was encouraging her. And so that would take me to um, the very, very starting point of this keynote speech that I want to give today. It is the fact that sometimes the problem is not that we are not capable. The problem is not that we are not good enough. The problem is not that we don't even have the skills or we don't have the energy or we don't have the ability to do those things. The problem is that we have not recognized who we are. We have not come to terms with our person. We have not discovered our strength. We are busy comparing ourselves with other people because we think in a way they are better than us. The problem is that we've not discovered our essence, the reason why we're living. And so we are caught up in the shadow of other people. I mean, some people are out there volunteering, doing one thing or the other, and then you think, this person is making waves, this person is making, but deep down, they're still confused about who they are. And then you realize that the problem of identity is a fundamental problem for anyone who fails to discover himself. Because not only will they be limited in their thinking, they'll be limited in their actions, they'll be limited in their relationships, they'll be limited in the kind of opportunities they even maximize. Because if they see an opportunity they're even qualified for, somewhere in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. So you realize that identity is a serious problem. You know, I have this quote by Aristotle here that says, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. I knew I had heard it before and I had to go and search for it to get the word because that is where it all starts from. Knowing yourself. Aside from knowing your name, your parents named you. What have you discovered about yourself? Aside from knowing you're a girl, aside from knowing that you are probably from Osun State or wherever you are from, what can you say about yourself? What can you say about your identity? If I were to ask you to write in 5 words, define yourself, what would you say? What's that first word that will come to your mind? And so you realize that identity is very, very fundamental. And see, one thing that you have that nobody else can take away from you, we talk about your voice, your mind, your intellect, your vision. These are things that, yes, other people can be doing 10